silang declared na income? Paano nyo na-determine na wala ho silang declared na income? Kasi sinasabi ng PAGCOR, at least nag-average sila ng 3 billion a year. 3 billion a year. Kung ako ang mayor doon, habulin ko yun. Kasi magagamit ko yun para sa munisipyo ko eh.
Kung ito po'y 1 taon lang, baka nga po, sa dami ng trabaho ng mayor, hindi nyo na na-monitor. But according to PAGCOR, we're talking about 3 billion times 3 years. What happened to your BPLO? You have the power to inspect. Why did you not even ask for the income tax return?
Pag report nila po sa akin yan, nasa lump sum na lang kasi kung tigisa-isahin ko po yan, wala na pong matatrabaho ang mayor considering talaga noon po
Hindi ho kayo nagtataka na yung property na yan nakabakod tapos hindi ho dumadaan sa lugar ninyo. At kayo po na mayor, kailangan dumaan pa ho kayo sa ibang bayan sa Angeles para lang ma-inspect yung lugar sa Porac. Tama po ba yun?
Yun po ang actually sad reality na
At yun po hindi nyo po kinorekt at hindi ho kayo nagtaka doon, Mayor?
Nadatnan ko na lang po rin yan, Your Honor.
Alam mo, kaya kami nagtataka eh. Yan, mamaya baka si Congressman Gomez na magtanong sa inyo dahil any mayor worth his salt, hindi papayag yan. Tapos hindi mo i-issuehan ng business permit and nahayaan mo mag-operate knowing na ganyan kalaki yung operations nila. Ayaw ko kung anong good faith and defense natin dyan, kung Richard. So, asan yung list?
Mr. Chair.
Okay, Congressman Gomez has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mayor Kapil, pasensya na ho kayo kung kami lahat nagtatanong sa inyo kasi kayo lang yata yung LGU na nandito. Meron pa ho bang ibang LGU na nandito? Sino pa ho ba? Anyways, sa susunod na hearing, pag dumating ibang LGU, tatanungin din ho namin sila sa mga tanong na binigay ho namin sa inyo. Ibabalik ko lang ho ulit no yung powers of the LGU no. Yung section 444.b.16 ang sinasabi talaga doon, yung chief executive shall exercise general supervision and control over all programs, projects, services, activities within its own jurisdiction. Andun na ho tayo. So nung 2019 kayo po ay umupo as mayor, hindi ho sila nag-ooperate? Nyo? Hindi ho sila nag-ooperate o nag-ooperate na ho sila?
Based on their... Kung 2019 po, bali, nag-i-start pa lang po siguro sila ng operation nila.
Nag-start sila ng operation.
Yes,
pero
Your
hindi
Honor.
nyo po binibigyan ng business tax, sabi nyo kanina, di ba?
Based on records, Your
Wala
Honor.
pa. Based on records, wala pa po. Yun ang sabi nyo kanina, Mayor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oo. Paano nyo bakit nyo pinapa-operate na wala pang business business permit? Actually, before nyo bigyan ng business permit, dapat bibigyan nyo muna sila ng occupancy permit para maka-apply sila ng kuryente nila, para makapasok yung telco, para mabigyan sila ng water permit, lahat po yun.
Yes, Your Honor. Kasi po, di ba as-built na po yung Thai court. Bago pa ako umupo, nakagawa na po yung Thai court. At in-apply po nilang ng building permit and occupancy permit, Your Honor.
Pero sabi niyo po, nag-ooperate na ho sila na wala pang business permit. Hindi niyo dapat pinag-ooperate yung isang negosyo. Sorry po talagang sa process lang ho tayo. I'm not pinning you down, but
Yes, Your
kine-question
Honor.
lang namin yung processing na ginagawa ninyo.
Yes, Your
No?
Honor.
Pangalawa, Mayor, dun sa sinabi ni Attorney Africa at saka sa BPLO na wala silang declared na income, paano nyo na-determine na wala ho silang declared na income? Kasi sinasabi ng PAGCOR, at least nag-average sila ng 3 billion a year. 3 billion a year. Kung ako ang mayor doon, habulin ko yun. Kasi magagamit ko yun para sa munisipyo ko eh. Magagamit ko ng mga projects, mga plano natin. Madam Attorney Africa, yes ma'am.
Yes. Mr. Chair, in the filling up of the application form by the applicant, the municipality relied on the declaration of the applicant, and it is the format of the application form, Mr. Chair. There is a certification and verification therein that they are obliged to give true and correct information, otherwise will be subject to perjury, Mr. Chair. So, based on their declaration,
So upon
this
your
assessment-
investigation, you're telling us na totoo yung declaration nila.
Mr. Chair, at this point, it is not true.
It is not true.
Yes po.
So, yung sinabit nila na certificate of no income, sinasabi mo
Opo.
na hindi totoo.
Based on our investigation, Mr. Chair, then it is not true because it is contradictory to the revenues that were declared, and that the PAGCOR just stated today, Mr. Chair.
Oh, okay.
Opo.
Pero yung former pronouncement nyo, tsaka ni BPLO, sabi nyo kasi, based on sa business tax na chinarge sa kanila, wala silang revenue.
At that time, Mr. Chair.
Last week lang yun, no?
Hindi po. Hindi
Last
po.
week mo sinabi yun eh. Baka nagbago this week.
Hindi po. We are looking, Mr. Chair, on our database
For such a
po,
big
2019.
business,
Opo.
yung munisipyo nyo ho ba, nagbigay ho ba kayo ng tax holiday? Wala.
Wala po, Mr.
Okay, wala.
Chair.
I'm sure wala.
Wala po,
Ah,
Mr. Chair.
Did you take a look at the documents na sinabit nila sa BIR? Kasi kung nagdududa kayo sa isang negosyo sa inyong munisipyo, pwede niyong puntahan yung BIR. Tatanungin niyo sa kanila, magkano ba ang dineclare ng BIR? Magkano ba ang binayaran ng BIR sa inyo? Did you take a look at that?
It is the standard protocol naman po ng aming business processing.
So
check po.
according to sa binayaran sa BIR, wala rin silang kinita. Kasi meron kayong, sabi niyo, may certificate of no profit sila eh.
Mr. Chair, at that time, I was not yet part of the municipality, so I
Sige,
cannot
babalik ko
answer.
kay Mayor. Mayor,
Opo.
chinek niyo ba sa BIR kung nagsabit sila ng annual tax nila? Kasi from their annual tax, doon natin makikita kung magkano yung kinita ng Pogo.
Actually, Your Honor, I relied on my department heads. According nga dun sa Section 44 po na naturan ninyo, General Supervision and Control po ang trabaho ng Mayor. Ang department head po is Technical Supervision. Kaya nag-hire po tayo ng mga technical people na nakakaalam po nung trabaho nila kasi hindi po kaya talaga ng Mayor sa dami ng trabaho. Kasi kung rine-report po sa akin yan, Your Honor, lump sum na.
Correct.
Kaya hindi ko po, wala kung lahat po sa dami ng real property namin, sa dami ng business establishment namin sa Porac.
Ilan ho yung business establishment sa inyo?
Nung naupo ako na nasa almost 2,000 siguro, pero ngayon nasa 3,228. And our real property, 90,000, Your Honor. Sabi ko nga po, pag report nila po sa akin yan, nasa lump sum na lang. Kasi kung tigisa-isain ko po yan, wala na pong matatrabaho ang mayor. Considering talaga noon po,
Mahirap po
busy,
talaga.
napakahirap
Mahirap
dahil
po talaga
pandemic
ang
pa po.
trabaho ng isang mayor.
Yes, Your Honor
Oo.
po.
Dahil nung ako isang city mayor, maliit lang ho yung city namin. Ang land area namin kasi laki lang ng Metro Manila. So ganun ho yung land area nung binabantayan ko nung ako mayor. But since nasa probinsya kami, ang registered na negosyante doon is almost 9,000 na registered na negosyante sa amin. Pero somehow, katulad yun, naka-SGLG din ho kami. So kung naka-SGLG ho kayo, minsan, seal of good local governance, that means nakita nyo, nababantayan nyo yun. Di ho ba? So
sabi,
it is not a reason na marami negosyante. Kasi ang gusto natin, pag mayor tayo, mas marami negosyante, mas maganda para sa munisipyo ho natin. Pero ang hindi ko lang ho masakyan po, na meron ho silang revenue na 3 billion a year, pero tinatanggap ho natin yung certificate of non-revenue ng isang kumpanya dun sa isang lugar ninyo. Kaya nga ho, I would like to ask is the BIR here? Is the BIR present?
Last question, Congressman Gomez, please.
Last two, Mr. Chair. Thank you. BIR, siguro bukas pa yung yung opisina nyo. Pwede nyo bang makuha ngayon yung binayad na taxes ng anong pangalan ng kumpanya, Mayor?
Lucky South 99, Your Honor.
Lucky South 99. Is that the registered corporation in your municipality?
Yes, Your Honor.
At yun yung nagbabayad ng business tax sa inyo?
Ang full name po, Mr. Chair, Lucky South 99 Outsourcing
Okay,
Incorporated.
it is only 3:30 in the afternoon and I'm very sure that the BAR can get the records of that. Simulan na ho natin sa 2016 hanggang ngayon. Konti lang naman yun. Once mabuksan yun, nandun na lahat ng records nun.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
unfortunately, nag-declare ng hanggang 2 p.m. lang yung pasok kanina sa BIR. But, yung Malacanang po. However, Mr. Chair, I can confirm na may binabayad po yan. Kasi po, based nun sa recent POGO law, ang GGR, pinapadala po sa amin ng PAGCOR
What is
yan.
GGR?
Gross Gaming Revenues po.
Okay.
Kaya walang takas po talaga sila ngayon kasi yung PAGCOR pinapadala po sa amin kung magkano yung revenues na kinikita nila. Tapos yun din po ang
So as a government agency, how will you react to the LG of Porac? Sinasabi na walang profit, walang income ang yung Pogo na naka-station sa kanila.
very impossible po.
Thank
Okay.
you, Mr. Chair. Lastly, Mayor, i-confirm ko lang yung sa location ng yung location
Okay, sir.
ng Pogo. Sabi niyo umiikot pa ho kayo ng Angeles.
Yes, Your Honor.
Paano po 'yun? So
Actually,
yung property kunyari ito yung property nila. Paglabas na ng kalsada dito, Angeles na 'yon.
Angeles po.
Gaano kalaki ho yung property?
Around 100 hectares po yung buong property. Hindi po,
Hindi,
yung
nung
ano po,
Pogo, nasa Pogo.
8.6 hectares.
8.6 hectares. Ilang titulo po 'yun?
I'm not sure on.
Sa BPLO, the administrator would know siguro.
Oo, dapat.
Or kung nandyan yung office of the building official ninyo, malalaman mo kung ilang titles meron yung lugar nila.
Good afternoon po, Mr. Chair. Based on submitted records po,
Okay, last.
Yes, last
Please
question.
nine titles po yung...
Ilan?
9 titles po yung...
9 titles. At paki-confirm po kung tama po yung sinasabi ko na lahat ng titulo na ini-issue, kailangan meron tong road right of way.
Yes po.
Correct?
Yes po.
So, paano po nangyayari yun, Mr. Mayor, na ang sinasabi nyo, iisa lang ho yung daanan?
Actually, yung property po, nakabakod siya sa likod. Tapos yung dadaanan mo dun sa walang nakabakod is a private property.
Hindi ho kayo nagtataka na yung property na yan ay nakabakod tapos hindi ho dumadaan sa lugar ninyo. At kayo po na mayor, kailangan dumaan pa ho kayo sa ibang bayan sa Angeles para lang ma-inspect yung lugar sa Porac. Tama po ba yun?
Yun po ang actually sad reality na na
At yun po
nangyari sa-
hindi nyo po kinorekt at hindi ho kayo nagtaka doon, Mayor.
nadatnan ko na lang po rin yan, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman,
sa dami na rin
at
po
this
ng-
point, I rest my case at least nakita ho natin yung inconsistencies at saka yung mga dapat kailangan ayusin ng isang LGU sa magandang klase mga bagay, no? Especially, Mr. Chair, with regards to local government unit income, napakalaking bagay po noon, nasa ganun, yung kanilang munisipyo, kung umaani po ng at least isang negosyo out of the 3,000 negosyante doon, 3 billion isang taon, Mr. Chair, dapat bantayan nila ng mabuti yung ginagawa nila. Otherwise, the BIR must look into the documents of the said LGU, pati na rin po ang DLG kung ano kailangan lang gawin. And the Bureau, ang BLGF, Bureau of
Local Government Finance. Local
Government Finance, correct, ang BLGF. Kailangan po, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Congressman
Chair.
Gomez. So we will be recognizing Congressman Bosita. But prior to that, there's a
Very quick.
brief interjection of Congresswoman Luistro. Go ahead, Congresswoman Luistro.
Yes, this is addressed to Mayor Kapil. Mayor, earlier sabi niyo po, while being asked by Congressman Goma, sobrang dami ng mayor, ng trabaho ng mayor. And the reason why you are engaging technical assistants, department heads, para matulungan kayo. Di po ba?
Opo, Your Honor.
Yun po yung sagot nyo when you are being asked by the Honorable Gomez kung bakit hindi nyo na-monitor yung revenue na 3 billion per year. Are you aware, Mayor Kapil, of the principle of command responsibility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Maaari nyo po ba kaming i-enlighten what is your understanding about command responsibility?
Dun sa section 444 po, General Supervision and Control. Ang ibig po sabihin, may general supervision ako as mayor. The department head naman, technical supervision po sila. Sila talaga ang nakakaalam po kung yung trabaho nila, halimbawa kung sa assessment, sila po talaga ang may alam ng assessment. Sa engineering, kaya nag-hire po tayo ng mga engineers kasi sila po talaga ang may alam naman sa engineering, Your Honor.
And in addition to that, Mayor, you have to understand that for the acts and omissions committed by your subordinates, that includes your department heads, you are responsible for being their superior. Kung ito po'y one time lang, kung ito po'y 3 months lang, kung ito po'y 1 taon lang, baka nga po, sa dami ng trabaho ng mayor, hindi nyo na na-monitor. But according to PAGCOR, we're talking about 3 billion times 3 years. What happened to your BPLO? You have the power to inspect. Why did you not even ask for the income tax return of the corporation as well as the director sitting therein? Pagkalaki po nung gusali na iyon, it did not even raise any doubt. How come naka-zero gross revenue ito?
Your Honor, actually nung naupo po ako, talagang yung bayan namin parang walang sistema. That's why nagkaroon po kami ng reorganization. We're putting, nasa process po kami ng reorganization. We're putting right people at the right job.
Mayor, I remember you manifested that you started assuming in 2019. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the Lucky South started operating as POGO in 2021. Meaning 2021. 2020. You mean to say, Mayor, from 2019 to 2020, hindi mo pa naayos yung payment system? And are you not prompted by by the ideas of how to increase the revenue of your LGU? Kasi if you are, you will become very, very conscious of the business establishments operating in your municipality. Especially kung may napakalaking building, itong establishment na ito, it should have raised doubt or even curiosity. Sino ba ito? Ano bang meron dito? Kanina sabi niyo po, malaki ang building pero walang right of way, naka-zero income. Parang it's quite hard to understand, Mayor, kung bakit hindi mo na-unfold, hindi mo na-discover unless it was done intentionally. Itong 3 billion na revenue times 3 years, Mayor.
With due respect, Your Honor, in good faith po, wala, hindi.
I just want to give emphasis to the principle of command responsibility, Mayor, na hindi po pagkaganito na may investigasyon na, you will just be pointing to your department heads. At sasabihin nyo, hindi nyo alam yon. May department head kayo, may BPLO kayo, may municipal engineer kayo. Please be reminded that you are responsible for the actions of your subordinates. If they are guilty of acts or omissions, you are answerable for their acts and omissions. That is command responsibility, Mayor. So please stop pointing at them. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Bosita, you are...
Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
please state your name and your position.
Mr. Chair, clarification lang po from the municipality at
Yes,
the African
go ahead, please.
Municipal Administrator. Basahin ko lang po, Mr. Chair, yung nire-refer po namin na provision po in Republic Act 11590 po.
Sige, go ahead.
Yung pong gross gaming tax po, equivalent to 5%, which pertains to POGO entities, Mr. Chair. Ito pong gaming tax po is imposed on POGO establishments. It is in lieu of all other direct and indirect internal revenue taxes and local taxes po with respect to gaming income. So yung POGO po, ang income po na nade-derive po niya is coming from its gaming operations. So kaya po we are not able to levy local taxes on the POGO. Yun po yung basis namin when Lucky South was began its operation as a POGO, Mr. Chair. Clarification lang po. Salamat.
So what we're discussing about is the revenue that is derived from the POGO operation is basically on the taxes.
Opo.
Not the GRR, yung sa gross ng nakukuha nila sa operation.
Mr. Chair, our submission is that since it is a
They're
POGO...
claiming exemption on that.
Opo. Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
That's our position.
That is your claim in accordance to what you have read.
Mr. Chair, yes po, that's correct.
Okay.
Thank you
And
po.
copy.
Nevertheless, Mr. Chair.
Yes, lastly, Congresswoman Luistro, you're beyond the time that
Yes,
is being
I know.
allotted to you. Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, I just want to state for the record na although the same is still subject to verification by the committee, the provision that you should share a while ago, mali pa rin po eh. Kasi nag-declare sila ng zero. Dapat dineclare nila yung totoong revenue as declared with PAGCOR. And then they claim the exemption. That is, if we will be following the exemption as provided in the provision that you shared.
Okay, Chair,
Thank you.
clarification lang.
Okay,
question
Congressman Lara, then Congressman Bosita. Okay, go.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kay Mayor Kapil lang, nabanggit nyo kanina na walang road right of way. Tanong ko lang, sinong gumawa ng actual na kalsada papunta doon?
Yung ibig ko po sabihin, yung the whole area, the 100 hectares, wala pong road right of way going to Porac. Ang right of way niya, Angeles. Hindi naman po yung Pogo. Yung Pogo, yung area po doon, Pogo site, ang entry-exit niya po is Angeles po talaga, Your Honor.
So, ang gumawa din ng kalsada, papunta doon is Angeles. May access sila sa kalsada ng Angeles.
May access po sila sa kalsada ng Angeles, Your Honor.
Public road ang access nila.
Yes, Your Honor, public road going to Angeles po.
So, alam na alam talaga ng lahat na sa Angeles na may kalsada papunta doon sa Pogo.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Yun lang po talaga ang access road going there. Kaya nga po kung pupunta, sana po kung mapasyalan natin kung pupunta kayo sa...
Maintained yun, yung kalsadang yun, maintained. Ibig sabihin, maayos yung kalsada papunta doon.
Maayos naman po, Your Honor.
Yeah. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
I would like
Thank you.
to interject, Mr.
Congressman,
Chair.
Deputy Speaker, Senior Deputy Speaker Don Gonzales, you are recognized.
Mayor, ang tanong ni Congressman Jojo, kung yung access road going to the area of 10 hectares, how many kilometers is that from the provincial highway or national highway? Yun ang tanong niya, kasi hindi ka naman makakapasok doon. Ang tanong niya, sinong nagpagawa doon sa papuntang Porac? Alam ko kasi yan kasi tika Pampanga tayo pareho, di ba?
Good afternoon po. Actually po, yung nagpagawa ng right of way going to the area po ng Grand Palazzo is yung owner po.
What's your name and your designation, please?
Engineer Glenn Lanzano.
So you're
po.
the municipal engineer?
Yes po.
Okay.
So, ilan ang haba nun, ilan ang lapad nun, nung kalsadang ginawa nyo na galing dun sa, kay Tatang Perto ba yan?
Yes po.
So, from Tatang Perto's place to the back, ilang kilometro po yan? Ilang haba?
Doon po sa... Actually po, yung una po, yung nagpagawa ng daan po is yung owner po nung connecting to Friendship Highway po.
Okay, Friendship. Alam ko na yung Friendship.
Apo.
From Friendship to the area of the 10 hectares Pogo, how many kilometers is that?
Check ko lang po, Your Honor. More or less 2.5 kilometers po.
2.5 kilometers pinagawa ng owner.
Yes po.
Magkano, ikaw engineer ka, magkano yung 2.5 kilometers kung ilang video at saka engineer din si Congressman Lara?
Actually po, yung kasing entrance sila two-way, Your Honor. Tapos,
So ilang width yung two-way? 10 meters?
mga 8 meters po yung isang lane.
Plus
Dun sa-
10 meters
isang lane
shoulder.
po, dun sa entrada po. Pero yung kasunod po nun, going to the boundary po ng Porac is magkasama na po yung lane, mga almost 10 meters po.
Kaya nga 10 meters
Opo.
yung width.
Opo.
Ngayon, 10 meters yung width, times mo ng 2,500, ilang cubic meters yun. Kaya 2.5 times mo ng 1,000, that is 2,500.
Opo.
Pare, tama. Times mo ng 10,
Opo.
almost 50 million yung worth ng kalsada. Ngayon, ang question dito, ang nagpagawa ba nun yung landowner o yung gobyerno?
As par po sa akin po, yung owner po yung nagpagawa po.
Anong pangalan talaga ng owner nito lupa?
Doon po sa mga application namin po ng building permit is yung Cruz siblings po.
Cruz siblings si Tatang Perto. Kilala mo si Tatang Perto?
Opo, mga anak niya po yung
So, si Roberto Cruz.
Opo.
So, kung Roberto Cruz and family.
Yes
so,
po.
they own the property.
Yes po.
So sigurado ka nagpagawa nun, sila Cruz. Sila Cruz.
Actually po, for clarification lang po, Your Honor, kamukha po ng nasabi ko, yung entrada po kasi, nasa gitna yung boundary ng Porac po. Dun sa Angeles po. From Friendship, entry po ng guardhouse nila sa gitna, yun pa lang po yung Porac site, Your Honor. So, ito pong site ng unang entrada natin from Friendship Highway is Angeles side po yun.
Engineer, from Friendship, ito, dito.
Opo.
Pareho tayong tiga Pampanga. Clark yan, di ba?
Opo.
Unang bayan ng Porac from Angeles,
Santa Cruz po.
Santa Cruz. Pagkatapos sa Santa Cruz,
Manibaw,
Manibaog.
po.
Saan located yung 10 hectares?
Sa address po nila is adjacent po ng Santa Cruz, Pulong
So,
Maba, Your
anong
Honor.
barangay yung sa 10 hectares na Pogo na yan?
Actually po, wala po silang declaration ng barangay.
Hindi
Pero
pwede mo ng declaration
Opo.
ng barangay.
Pulong Maba po yung address nila dun sa title, Your Honor. Kaya
Hindi
po,
pwede, boss. Kasi hindi pwedeng walang description po yung titulo kung saan located. Kung sa Santa Cruz po yan o Manibaog.
Your Honor, for clarification din po, as per record din po, yung Pulong Maba po kasi nung una is dissolved barangay. And then, kahit tignan nyo po sa record ng province, yung mga income po nila is wala pong nagkiklaim sa province since wala pong nagkiklaim talagang barangay, Your Honor, dun sa Pulong Maba area po. Specifically po.
Sabi nga ng mga lawyers, documents are best evidence. So kung pwede po, bigyan nyo kami ng dokumento kasi kung
Yes po, Your Honor.
katanungan, sasagutan, pwedeng bugyan mo na lang kami ng dokumento.
Yes po,
para
Your Honor.
makita po natin. Engineering, baka gusto mo magtanong.
Chairman, no. May ano pa. Mahaba ka, Chairman Paduano. So let those who are manifested their intention to interpolate be recognized first.
Iliwanag ko lang po ito,
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir Winston, yung sabi ko nga nung panahon na napanood ko yung mga nilatag mo o yung pinag-usapan ninyo ng isang platform na nag-disclose po kayo na meron po about more than 10 na pogo sa loob po ng SEZA. With due respect, Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang din bigyan ng pagkakataon sana ang SEZA na sagutin ito kasi nagkakaroon po ng katulad ng banggit ni Chairman Al kanina, yung masamang konotasyon ng pogo, kaya nga nila pinapalitan ng pangalan. At ito, hindi ko po masagot ito ng hindi kasama ang SEZA. No? Kasi sa pagkarinig ko po sa inyo, Sir Winston, hindi po kayo makapasok or si Yusek, Yusek Gilbert, gusto nyo man pero hindi po kayo makapasok sa SEZA. Ngayon, yung tanong ko po, katulad nitong meron ng pronouncement, Mr. Chair, ang ating mahal na Pangulo, na total ban ang pogo. Gusto ko lang sana malaman kung saklaw ba ito. Pero unang tanong sana na ang makakasagot dito, unfortunately, wala ngayon ang SEZA, Mr. Chair. Wala man lang bang kahit na isang representative? Para naman sana sila ang sasagot dito kasi mahirap din kasi na mag-akusa nang hindi sila ang sasagot dito. To give their time na sila naman ang sasagot. And I think ito yung proper forum considering na ito iniimbestigahan na natin issue all over the country na ito at isa ito sa binanggit na ating mahal na Pangulo kahapon. So, pwede po bang i-reiterate, Mr. Chair, ang presence nila? Kasi nasa akin din yung sulat na hindi maka-attend ngayon ang SEZA at lahat po ng pamunuan nila kasi kasalukuyan ngayon ang conduct din ng PAOK. So ang tanong ko kay Yusek Gilbert, kasi dito sa sulat po ng aming mahal na Secretary, Administrator, and CEO, nakalagay po dito, may urgent lang na activity na kailangan ng joint inspection ng PNP dito sa IGSSPs. Tanong ko lang po, kasi kayo po ang inano nila dito, statements coming from the PAOK. Hindi po ba kayo sinabihan dito na magkaroon sila ng inspection?
Wala, sir. Sir, as far as PAOK is concerned, sir, wala po kaming memo na natanggap to that effect, sir.
So, Mr. Chair, para po mas maliwanag sana, pwede po bang reiterate ko lang po yung imbitasyon, no, sa SEZA, ano po, at sa kahit dun sa mga nakaraang mga administrador nila, no, kung kailan po nagkaroon, ulitin ko lang po na nabanggit na ito nung last hearing, kung kailan nag-umpisa po yung internet o kung ano man ang tawag nila sa Pogo, no, kung pwede po maanyayahan po ulit sila dito para yung ibang mga katanungan na may kaugnayan po sa operasyon po sa loob po ng SEZA.
Okay, duly noted, Congressman Lara. We will be inviting over again the
Past administrators.
so we will be
Present
asking
and past.
present and past. Okay.
Yes.
In the last hearing, we invited the
Nabanggit po natin na chairman
we did.
pero unfortunately,
who is the former SESA, ano? Kasi Secretary Katrina Ponce Enrila wrote a letter.
Yes.
And we acknowledge the
maintindihan
the letter. Yes.
ano naman po.
But I think we invited also the former.
Former. Kaso
So,
po, walang
you are
nag-attend.
reiterating the invitation again.
Yes po.
Right, okay.
Possible.
So, the COMSEC is hereby directed to, again, reiterate with strong words yung mga former. Sige, go ahead.
Thank you. Kasi sa rekomendasyon ng PAOK noon, nung last hearing, sabi nyo, tinitingnan natin ang operasyon ng Pogo outside. Kaya ang rekomendasyon nyo, why not na tingnan din natin sa loob din ng economic zone. Baka doon meron. So, para lang mabigyan din po sila ng pagkakataon na Mr. Chair, no? Para mahirap po kasi magkaroon ng insinuation sa USEC, of course, Sir Winston, sa mga nabanggit nyo. No, lalo na ang sa amin sa probinsya namin, nakatutok din po kami dito at ayaw din po namin na magkaroon ng masamang konotasyon sa amin na doon po nagpupunta, nabubulabog sa ibang lugar tapos sa amin pupunta. Ano po? So, para lang po maliwanag po yun, Mr. Chair. Sa ibang mga katanungan ko sa SEZA, iantay ko na lang po ang presence nila, Mr. Chair, pero nandito na po yata ang administrador ng APECO, no? Secretary
Yes, Your Honor.
Taway,
Good
tama
afternoon.
po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Attorney Taway, Your Honor.
Yeah. Mr. Chair, tanong ko lang kay Secretary Taway, administrator po ng APECO. Meron po ba kayong operation ng Pogo, kung ano man ang pangalan sa inyo?
Hello. Hello. Magandang hapon po. Your Honors, please.
Sino susunod?
Pagdating ko po sa APECO noong
Congressman Lara, you have last 2 minutes.
Hello. Ayan po. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Pagdating ko po, Your Honor, noong October 2023 sa APECO, may isa pong licensee na nag-ooperate. Ang pangalan po ay Lucky Dragon. Napansin ko po, puro Lucky ang mga ano. Bilang ano po, no? Personally po, hindi po kasi talaga ako naniniwala sa sugal. Kanya, sinimulan ko pong kausapin ang Lucky Dragon kung po pwedeng hindi nila ituloy na ang kanilang operasyon. No? Hindi lamang yon sapagkat nung dumating ako sa APECO, nakita kong walang direksyon. Puro lamang gaming, no? Puro gaming. At malinaw na hindi nagre-redound, no? Ang benepisyo sa mamamayang Auroreño. Kaya nagkaroon po kami ng tinatawag na bagong strategic direction wherein we pivoted away from gaming, Mr. Chairman and Your Honors. Kaya inunti-unti ko po nakausapin ang may-ari ng Lucky Dragon. At ang naging puhunan ko po ang atay ko. Inuman ako sa kanila at sasabihin ko sa kanila, sinabi ko sa kanila na ayoko ng sugal. At without firing po a single shot, pumayag naman po ang Lucky Dragon. Pero nung simula, ang sabi nila kung maaari daw munang amyendahan ang lease agreement. Alam ko po na ako'y nakikipag-negotiate. Hindi po kasi ako naniniwala na papaalisin ko sila at babanatan nila ako sa korte at magbababagan kami sa korte. Sa dulo, mga big time ito. So ayoko po nun. Kaya kinausap ko lang sila ng kinausap. Sige, sabi ko, dahil tayo ay nagninegosasyon, yung 1,000 square meter na ino-occupy nila na administration building. By the way po, yun po ang nakakalungkot dito kasi pagdating ko, yung admin building, list out po yung the entire admin building. And our employees po were cramped in a small 2 villas and 3 makeshift office spaces made from container vans. Habang yung aming grandiosong admin building ay inuukupa po ng Lucky Dragon. So, dahil nakikipagnegosasyon ako, sige, sabi ko, ibalik nyo na ang 3/4 ng admin building. Sige, dyan muna kayo sa operation center ninyo. At nakiusap pa sila, pati yung cafeteria, ibinigay ko po. So, pero binigyan ko po sila ng hanggang June this year na mag-totally vacate. Sa awa naman po ng Panginoon, Mayo pa lang po, nag-vacate na po ang Lucky Dragon. Kahit po at naging kaibigan ko pa po actually, yung mga may-ari. At hindi sila nag-file ng case, umalis po sila. And sa ngayon po, piniprepare na po namin sa APECO ang isang policy paper na ipipresenta po namin sa APECO board, no? At na mismong APECO ibaban ang lahat ng online gaming sa APECO. Sapagkat pag tiningnan po natin Mr. Chair, ang mandato ng APECO, ang charter ng APECO, pwede po kami na mag-issue ng mga lisensya. This time sa PIGO na lang. Dahil meron na pong, may rider po kasi yung batas na nagtatak sa mga POGOs na inililipat po ang pag-issue ng lahat ng mga lisensya patungong PAGCOR, pati ang pag-regulate po, nasa PAGCOR na po. Inilipat na po ng ating pamahalaan, no? At gusto pang ikutan yon. Ang kasunod na hinihingi sa akin, authority to operate. Sa PIGO naman. Sabi ko mas maano ito. Lalong ayaw ko ito sapagkat itong PIGO, ang tataya rito yung mga lokal na . Hindi lang yung mga nandoon sa labas ng bansa. So, yun po yung kwento, Mr. Chairman and Your Honor, nung APECO.
Salamat, admin, no. Ang
Last question, Congressman Lara.
yes, nung na-issuehan nyo ba nung merong license ba itong nag-ooperate sa inyo? Sa loob lang ba ito nag-ooperate? Hindi ito nag-ooperate outside your area?
Yes po, Your Honor. Yung nakita ko po doon mismo sa loob.
Sa loob lang?
Nag-ooperate sila. At ang malungkot po niyan na Mr. Chairman and Your Honors, halos isinara po ang APECO sa tao, sa turista. Kaya nga po, nung dumating ako, miski po yung mayor ng Kasiguran na ama ng bayan, matindi po ang tampo sa APECO. Dahil siya mismo, kailangan niyang maghintay ng 10 minuto, 15 minuto, 20 minuto bago siya makapasok ng APECO. Dahil nakasara nga po.
Okay.
Last question lang.
Yeah,
Mr. Chair.
may I remind the members that the session for today were already canceled by the speaker and suspended na ang pasok ng executive, and we're the only one who are working here right now.
Last question,
right here.
Mr. Chair.
And kaya nga, I would like to remind the members that you still have like 3 to interpolate, and we might be stuck in this room because baha na raw sa labas. So
Just one question.
anyway, I haven't prepared any dinner, and also wala tayong tutulugan dito, so kanya-kanya tayong uwi mamaya.
Para matapos na.
Jojo Lara, last na po yan, briefly.
Last question. I will reserve my questioning for next hearing na lang, Mr. Balikan ko lang si Chairman Al. Yung lahat po ng na-issuehan nyo dati na mga IGL or POGO, may particular address, di ba, to operate?
Opo, site-specific po ang lahat ng lisensya at nandun po yung address nung kumpanyang pinagkalooban ng lisensya, Congressman Lara.
Chair, hindi po pwedeng mag-operate outside dyan sa in-approve nyo. Tama ba ako doon?
Hindi po. At yun po ang ini-inspect, yung site na yun, kaya po tinatawag namin site-specific, yun po ang binibisita ng monitoring team ng PAGCOR. Kaya po hindi po nila pwedeng gawin na ilipat yon sa ibang lugar.
Okay.
Okay.
Yun lang po.
So,
Chairman, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm done po. I'm done.
Okay.
And you are done also.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so the chair would like to recognize Congressman Ambrosio Cruz, and then Congressman Jong, you still have you will how about no. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Congressman Ambrosio.
Thank you,
please.
Mr. Chair. Sa tagal ko rito, ang dami kong natutuhan. So nakita natin na yung 298 na mga illegal POGO or IGL identified na, at I think ito naman nandiyan ang PAOK, nandiyan ang DILG, at susundan lahat ito. Pangalawa, nakita natin na naging problema. Certainly there are a lot of lapses as far as doon sa LGU ng PORAC is concerned. But the good mayor is a good friend of mine. Kilala ko to, alam kong matino ito. Maliwanag din naman na binubuksan niya yung kanyang bank record sa AMLAC, may permit, just para maipakita na matunay lang yung kanyang intensyon. But ito is a learning experience to all LGU. I've been a mayor for 18 years. Sa totoo lang, ngayon pa lamang dun sa bayan ko at dun sa sakupan ko, nagpa-order na kami ng talagang inspection, talaga yung team para umikot. So these are all the learning experience na nangyari because of this hearing. Pero ako, I am more concerned doon sa 43 ng mga legal na ngayon, because of the order of the President, ay sasarado. Ang tanong ko, address ko sa Chairman Altenco, how do you propose to scale down this operation and to ultimately close it by year end? Yun po aking tanong.
Okay, Chair, please.
Chairman, salamat po. Kong Boy, actually, kaninang umaga po, nag-usap na kami ni Secretary Benher Abalos, Secretary Benny Laguesma, at gayon din po, kausap ko na rin yung grupo sa PAGCOR. Kami po ay magtatatag ng isang parang task force. Nang sa ganon ay una, makita po natin lahat ng kakailanganing gawin. Dahil siguro po, ang pinakamahalaga yung ano po talaga yung mga steps na dapat gawin. At bukod po doon, ay sa tagubilin din po kagabi ng Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, ang mahalaga po ay matulungan din yung mawawalan ng hanap buhay. Bagamat itong ating gagawing exercise ay para na nga mawala na yung masamang imahe, mawala na yung mga criminal activities na nagaganap, na ginagamit lamang ang lisensya ng PAGCOR para maisat katuparan ng mga criminal activities. Ang mas mahalaga po na pinag-usapan namin kaninang umaga nila Secretary Leguesma, yung paano natin matutulungan yung humigit kumulang sa 40,000
Chair.
mga
Chair, ang ganda rin sinabi mo, nakinig ako sa'yo. With all due respect with Congressman Ambrosio, a while ago, I halted the DOLE, in presenting their presentation with regards to those 40,000, and basically we were able to discuss a lot of things, sa LGU, sa PNP, sa PAOK, but yung 40,000 na mawawalan ng trabaho, I think meron silang presentation about it, Dole? Am I right na yun ang tinutumbok ng presentation ninyo?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
So, with the permission of the members of these two committees, we will be allowing, ako per se, I really wanted to find out also that area. But I really wanted to focus muna sa mga criminal activities And since na, naman tayo, pa-wrap up na rin tayo, Congressman Ambrosio, will you allow after your query, allow the DOLE to present briefly yung gagawin nila sa mga mawawalan ng trabaho na 42,000 people?
Okay lang.
Okay lang. Are you done with your questions? Sige, go ahead.
Opo. So, sasagutin ko lang. Opo. Yung how we will wind down, sabi ko nga po kay Secretary Abalos sa usapan namin kaninang umaga, ang mahalaga po talaga rito ay yung issue nung sana nga hindi magpatuloy ang gawain ito sa pamamagitan ng pagiging illegal or underground. Kaya po, inumpisa na po ni Secretary Abalos no Sabado, kasama po ang PAO, kasama po ang buong kapulisan, kasama po ang PAGCOR, nandun din po ang DOJ, ipagpapatuloy po namin yung pag-ikot sa iba't ibang na-identify namin na bayan at probinsya para po maipaliwanag namin sa mga iba't ibang gobernador at mayor. Kailangan po natin ng tulong talaga rito ng mga LGU. Kasi sila po ang nasa ground at sila po ang makapagtuturo sa atin. Ngayon na by January 1, 2025, bawal na talaga ang lahat. Inuulit ko lahat. Sila pong nasa ground ngayon ang makakaalam at makapagsasabi at makapagbibigay ng informasyon sa ating lahat kung sino pa yung nagpapatuloy ng mga gawain na yan. Kaya po, desidido po kami ni Secretary Abalos, tutuloy po kami sa Cebu sa 1 linggo, and then kung saan po meron talagang mga alam kaming doon sa binigay na impormasyon ng PAOK na meron talagang mga still ongoing operations ng mga walang mga lisensya. So yan po, Congressman Boy, ang gagawin namin para po hopefully talagang paglipat po ng taon, totally wala na pong yan. Pero isa talaga pong malaking hamon yan, Kong Boy. Hindi lang po sa amin, sa PAGCOR, sa PAOK, sa DILG, sa Kapulisan, dahil isa po talagang malaking gawain itong ating kailangan pagkaisahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Maganda ho, pero ang isa kong concern din dito, yung 43 na mga compliant ito na mga investor na matitino, pagkatapos biglang masasarado. Baka we'll be sending mixed signals doon sa mga good investors dito sa atin sa Pilipinas. Papaano rin natin sila tutulungan? So tutulungan natin yung mga empleyado, sisiguraduhin natin na hindi dadami itong illegal, but at the end of the day, how do we help yung talagang nag-invest dito na matino na ngayon biglang masasarado?
Yun po ay talagang pinag-usapan namin ng PAGCOR team, paliliwanagan at nagmula na po kasi naman ang order sa Pangulo ng Pilipinas. Kongboy, mabanggit ko lang, kaninang umaga lang may natanggap na akong tawag sa isang kumpanya na may lehitimong lisensya. Sila po ay grupo ng mga Singaporean na tulay na magsimula nung nabigyan ng lisensya ng PAGCOR ay naging maayos. Sabi nga nila pati ba kami madadamay dyan sa kalokohan ng iba. So, yun po anong tinutumbok ninyo at palagay ko po magiging problema din namin sa PAGCOR yan kung paano mapapaliwanagan sila. Naintindihan ko po kayo kung saan nagmumula kayo. At yan na rin po ang magiging malaking hamon sa akin para makumbinsi sila na talagang ito'y ginagawa para sa kabutihan ng buong bansa. Yun lang po, Kong Boy.
Thank you, Chairman Al. Thank you, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
thank you so much, Congressman Ambrosio Cruz. So, before the Chair recognize Congressman Adjong, Dole, so, para makita lang natin yung yung inyong magiging plano para sa ating 42,000 employees.
Si Jerome na lang ang mag-represent.
Maraming salamat po, Yusek Egargo. May we request po the Secretariat to flash our presentation on the last 2 slides na lang po.
Okay, asan yung technical, sinong technical natin? Okay na, ready na ba kayo?
Okay, pare.
Sa last 2 slides na lang po. Yeah. Maraming salamat po. Previous slide po. Yan po. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair, for inviting the DOLE
Sige, go ahead.
committee. Gusto lang po naming sabihin na meron na po kaming datos ng bilang ng mga Filipino mula po sa PAGCOR. Pero ang DOLE po ay magsasagawa pa po ng sarili po nitong inspection sa mga establishment para masiguro po natin na lahat ng mga Filipinos ay makocover po ng aming data. At meron na po kaming memorandum sa mga DOLE regional offices po namin na magkakandak po sila ng skills mapping. Una po sa lahat, Mr. Chair, Department of Labor and Employment will profile lahat ng mga Filipino workers doon po sa mga POGOs. Meron po tayong tinatawag na mga direct workers at meron po mga indirect workers. Yung mga indirect workers po na to, ito po yung mga nagtatrabaho sa mga foreign nationals o hindi direkta doon sa mga establishment ng POGO. Sila rin po ay bibigyan po natin ng serbisyo. Sa pamamagitan po ng profiling po natin, malalaman po natin yung iba't ibang mga kailangan ng ating mga Filipino workers. Bibigyan po natin sila ng either job matching, referral and placement services, career development support services. Dito po malalaman natin ano ba yung gusto nilang trabaho. Gusto ba nila yung dun din sa kanilang locality o willing po sila na magtrabaho sa labas ng kanilang locality. Nagbibigay din po tayo ng labor market information kung sa gayon ay malaman po natin kung ano yung mga trabahong gusto pa nilang trabahuhin bukod sa current na trabaho po nila. Magbibigay din po ng skills development opportunities sa pamamagitan ng referral ng DOLE sa iba't ibang mga agencies gaya ng TESDA at reskilling and upskilling programs po. Ang goal po ng ating profiling at pagbibigay ng public employment services programs ay para pasok po sila sa wage employment or self-employment. Next slide po. Specifically, Mr. Chair, ang mga nagtatrabaho po sa POGO na mawawalan ng trabaho ngayon dahil sa pronouncement ng ating Pangulo ay mabibigyan po ng unemployment insurance benefit. Ito po ay in coordination with the SSS. Mabibigyan po sila ng 1 month na kanilang average na sweldo. At ito ay bibigay kapag po nagkaroon na po ng closure yung mga establishment. Once na mabigyan na po ng unemployment insurance benefit yung ating mga Filipino workers, magsasagawa po ang DOLE, nakikipag-coordinate na po kami sa IT BPM or sa IT Business Processing Management Industry para sa job fair na i-conduct para sa kanila specifically. At doon naman po sa mga Filipino workers na below 35 years old na willing maging minimum wage earner, sila po ay magiging potential na enrollees po sa ating government internship program po.
Okay, kasi hindi naman kasi ganyan ka-abrupt yung mangyayari dahil nga meron naman hanggang December. So, still, the DOLE and PAGCOR can work together in order to safeguard the work of these people na mawawala ng trabaho. No? So, okay na tayo dun. So, I think we don't have to focus on this anymore and we are very thankful sa DOLE for that presentation. Kahit maikli lang po siya, but at least alam ng ating mga kababayan that we're doing something on this. Okay, so Congressman Adjong, since last interpellator, you have the floor.
Thank you, Joint Chairs. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Mr. Chair, let me just go back a little bit. This is in line, this is partly in line with the questioning of Congresswoman Luistro and the chair, Dan Fernandez, let me just first ask Undersecretary Cruz, para lang maintindihan po ng kabuuan, because I believe we're talking about two entities here, no? Relative to PORAC, the operation of Pogo, which you raided sometime last month, right? So we're talking about two, Whirlwind Corporation, and what's the other one? Lucky South. So Whirlwind Corporation is the owner of the land where the building was constructed, right?
Yes.
So the building is owned by which company?
Yeah, the building, sir, is Lucky South 99.
So Lucky South 99. So dalawa po yung pinag-uusapan po natin dito, Mr. Chair. So I just like to ask, is it correct that based on your documents, the list of incorporators, as you submitted to the chairman, most of them are questionable with questionable citizenship?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so one of the major stockholders or incorporators in the dun po sa owner of the land is, can you state her the name again?
Nasaan ba yung ano natin? I don't have the record, but I can ask.
Mr. Chair, do we have that record there?
About what?
About the list, kasi dalawa pong pinag-uusapan natin dito, yung lupa at yung building. Opo.
Ng anong
gusto ko lang
area?
pong- yeah, I just want to Porac.
Porac is under the Whirlwind.
Yeah, Whirlwind. Is that
And,
correct?
and the operation is under the Lucky South 99 Outsourcing Incorporated, then amended to Lucky South 99 Corporation. So they have four corporations, Congressman Adjong, sa Porac. That is one outsourcing, then amended to corporation, then Whirlwind, and then the other is the global, I think, Lucky South 99 Global Corporation.
Yeah, okay.
Sige.
Thank you. Can I ask Mr. Chair, SEC, Security and Exchange Commission, before they be granted with the with the SEC registration of these companies, of course you first vet the names of the incorporators. Am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And based on the list that you have submitted, let's talk about the Whirlwind Corporation first, okay? Based on the submitted documents and the incorporators, how would you classify them? Are they foreign investors or local investors? Check.
For Whirlwind Corporation, it's considered a local corporation.
Local corporation by virtue of the names of the incorporators, which is now under question.
Oh, well, sa kanila local corporations, no, but it has been established. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sige, go ahead. Kasi na-establish na natin.
Gusto ko lang maintindihan, Mr. Chair, because I want to know kung how do they confirm if they have a mechanism in the SEC. Kasi meron tayong Foreign Investment Act, 'di ba? So it's basically a constitutional provision that only 40% of foreign-owned companies can be actually owned
Allowed.
by foreigners.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Gusto ko lang this is an area of legislation. So I'd like to know from the SEC if how do they have a process in which they would determine confirm the nationalities or citizenship of these incorporators?
Mr. Chair, based on the records that we have for Whirlwind, they are considered a Filipino or a local corporation because 60% of their authorized capital stock belongs to Filipinos, while only 40% belongs to Chinese. So, according to jurisprudence, they are considered a local company which could own properties.
So, but that's actually the Pero my question is, how would you vet? Do you have a system where you can really confirm with all this development going on, with this new allegation of Chinese questionable citizenship, what would you say about your process in granting or giving license or permit to a company na meron ano? So basically, how would you determine that? Because the Foreign Investment Act would serve with no purpose if from the very start, I think the SEC, basta lang meron lang silang Pilipino, tapos okay na, gagrant lang namin ng local companies. In your current status and the mandate that you have, is there a way for the SEC to determine really if these incorporators are really Filipino citizens or not? Para mabigyan po ng saysay yung batas na Foreign Investment Act natin na nakalaan naman po dun sa constitutional provision which is only 40% of the stocks of the company can be owned by foreigners.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We are one with the committee in terms of protecting the nationality restrictions of the Constitution. So far, if the investment activities or the operating activities of a corporation would involve a nationalized activity, then we do a stricter check with regard to the incorporators and stockholders if they would really comply with the percentages requirement. So we make sure that the foreign shareholdings are within the limits set by the Constitution. With regard to verifying whether or not these incorporators are really Filipinos, we share a similar sentiment with the other agencies because we can only rely insofar as the government-issued identification that they present with us.
That leads us, Mr. Chair, again to registry of yung local civil registry of PORAC. Have we invited Mr. So ibig sabihin you rely on the documents essentially submitted to you by the PSA?
Yes, Mr. Chair, because we have no jurisdiction or authority to determine whether or not a person who presents himself to be a Filipino but is alleged by someone else to be of another citizenship to determine that he is not really a Filipino citizenship. Filipino citizen, Mr.
But
Chair.
is it correct that part of the granting of permits, registration, you also require for a company to divulge to you their initial capitalization?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we require that.
And can I also request, Mr. Chair, if possible, kung kayo ba sa SEC dapat ang mag-submit po sa committee ito yung financial statement and yung capitalization na sinubmit ng Whirlwind?
We have that record, Mr. Chair.
And have you submitted that to this committee?
We submitted as regards Whirlwind, their GIS, and we'll just check
Can I ask, Mr. Chair, our ComSec, if she can confirm whether SEC submitted to us the financial statement and the capitalization as required for Whirlwind Company to provide SEC before they've been granted the license as a company, Mr. Chair?
Okay, you might send us also, submit to this committee those required documents that was asked by Congressman Adjong. Together with the, later on, the SEC, the BIR, please get the list of those companies na illegal pogos. Meron na rin kayong mga legal? Meron din kayo list ng mga legal, di ba?
Mr. Chair, we have the legal. So, as to the illegal
na lang.
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Because the problem that I see, Mr. Chair, here is that we don't know whether these companies are run by dummies. Diba? Ganun po yung problema eh. In the end, malalaman natin, bigla na lang tayo magugulat, mga Chinese nationals pala. So, I think for this committee to be able to really address the gaps in the law, I think we need the participation of SEC and maybe arm them with the verification process by which they do not only rely with the the civil registry, in this case, the local registry of Porac. By the way, Mr. Chair, have we invited the local registry office of Porac?
Local civil registry?
So local civil registry of Porac.
Mr. Chair, based on the record that was flashed on the screen, Catherine Cassandra Ong is not registered in Porac. The birth was not registered in Porac.
Where was
Mr.
Where was she born?
She was born in China.
No, I mean the papers that yung questionable na papers.
Congressman Adjong, a while ago we presented the birth certificate of Cassandra Ong and the father of Cassandra Ong, and it shows that she was a Chinese citizen and born in China. So we have presented that a while ago, but basically we have established that in the yung ginamit niya sa PSA, that late registration, pinanganak siya sa San Juan.
Yun nga, Mr. Chair, puro late registration. Tama nga
Same
po yung observation nyo.
You know, the same situation that we have discussed with Congressman Paduano and Congressman...
So maybe, if she was not born in Porac, as the admin intimated to us just now, which local civil registry do we need to invite? Because if the citizenship is in question, I really want to know from that office how she was able to secure citizenship.
We have invited the PSA and also the immigration, the in and out of Cassandra. At least malalaman natin kung what she uses, no? And at the same time, the last time that we have discussed that, the resource persons from DOJ and Bureau of Immigration have shown us yung mga personalities that what they presented to us, all the documents pertaining to the ins and outs of those people we wanted to find out. And rightly, na-submit naman sa atin. And that's the reason why we have found out that sila, Eddie Yang, are not Filipinos. Si Willie Ong, hindi sila mga Filipinos. And they owned vast of lands in Pampanga. And now, yun din ang gagawin natin dito kay Catherine.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Now, may I ask DOJ po? Gusto ko lang pong maintindihan yung proseso. Granting that the personalities that were mentioned here, whose citizenship are in question, and therefore would affect the nature of the company in itself, like whirlwind companies, di ba? Apparently, mukhang puros Chinese yan. But before that, ano pong nangyari sa property Yusek Cruz? Yung sa Porac, ano pong ginawa ninyo? Napadlock na ba? Wala nang operation?
It's under a preservation order signed by Executive Secretary
So
Lucas
what was the proposal or recommendation of your office on what the government would do with this property?
Criminal forfeiture will be eventually filed.
Okay. Because if I heard the chairman correctly, he said it should be to the advantage of the government, which I agree.
Yes, sir.
So what is your recommendation, Yusek Cruz?
Yes, sir. Same thing, sir. After probably the forfeiture that we won, probably we can convert that into a university, perhaps, Your Honor.
Again, but these are based on the records, no, kung papaniwalaan po natin at yun nang bibigyan natin ng credence, mukhang private property nga po sila, no? Itong own na to. So that's why I want to ask DOJ. Granting that the recommendation of PAOK TF na na-approve natin na hindi dapat mapunta ito sa mga hindi Pilipino at apart from the illegal operation, can you enlighten me as to the process of sequestering these properties? What is the sequestration? Yeah.
The procedure is, I think the AMLAC, the author, is the one in charge of forfeiting or filing cases for forfeiture, not the Department of Justice, because insofar as the prosecution is concerned, we will be filing a case in court, including the criminal forfeiture. So if the case is qualified trafficking in persons against the traffickers or promoting trafficking in persons, criminal forfeiture will be included in the information.
So the cases that will be filed is partly about sequestering the property.
Yes, sir. Yes,
in
Apo.
favor of
the government.
So the government. So that's where the recommendation of PAOK-TF comes into play. Like it might be converted to hospitals, etc. Now, which leads me to my next question, Mr. Chair. Sa local government ng PORAC. Of course, before they were granted the occupant permit to occupy, nag-ano po kayo, no? Sabi niyo po kanina.
Last question, Congressman, Ajo.
Ang bilis naman. Ang bilis ko magsalita. Ha?
Last na yan.
Last na ba?
You still have the time. You still have all the time in the world. You're still young.
Yes, okay. So, tama po ba yung pagkarinig ko sa inyo kanina na bago ho kayo naluklok sa inyong opisina, nandyan na po sila nag-ooperate or
Hindi naman po. Yung building lang.
yung building
doon
lang.
sa yung Thai court po.
So, na-occupy na po nila, nag-ooperate?
Hindi po. Ina-apply pa lang po nila noong 2019, Your Honor.
Okay, so hindi ho ba based on doon sa isa sa mga requirement para mabigyan ho sila ng either permit to occupancy and permit to operate, is that you also require them to submit to you the bill of materials of the building that was used for this construction?
Maybe the engineer.
Kasi I think that would also matter on the determination of your local government to assess the value of the property and thereafter the taxes that they need to pay. Am I correct, Mayor?
Yes. With regards to building, Your Honor, can I...
na lang, opo. Pwede lang po sumagot, Mr. Chair, or kailangan nyo na i-suspend ito? Sige po.
Based on record po, nag-submit po sila ng bill of materials. Doon po sa 42 buildings, Your Honor, yung bill of materials nila is 1,070 million pesos po.
Ano po? 1 million?
1 billion.
1 billion.
70 million po.
Yung mismong...
Yung applied building po.
Applied building.
Opo.
Yung sa assessor po, paano na-assess ito yung value ng property na to for them to be able to know exactly how much chargeable in terms of their taxes that they need to pay for the LGU? Kasi parang kanina narinig ko po sa BPLO, if I may correct, parang ang dapat ang babayaran nila is nasa 3 billion po ba o 30 million? Sinabi niyo po? Sino ba yung nagsabi?
Mr. Chair, that figure came from the PAGCOR,
PAGCOR.
Mr. Chair.
Tama po ba? Sorry kasi medyo matagal ho ako nag-antay dito. Nag-mix up na po yung mga sagot ninyo. Chairman Tenko, pagkano po ba yung dapat na babayaran? Kasi mukhang dapat mas malaki nga po yung dapat na babayaran nila eh.
Opo.
Ito na, Lucky 99 na to Hindi na to yung Whirlwind Company. Kaya nga gusto kong i-compartmentalize ni issue para maintindihan po nating taong bayan kasi mukhang nagja-juggle po yung information dito. So magkano po talaga?
Sa side po ng PAGCOR, ang binayad po nila ay 181 million. So, kung kinumbert po natin yun, dapat po, dahil business outsourcing dapat po 3 billion ang gross income nun per annum.
On the value of the building that was submitted to you prior to their permit to operate.
Mr. Chair, the buildings as they stand
ganito
now.
na lang po kasi mukhang kailangan din ho natin umuwi. Nagdeklara nga po presidente na dapat wala na hong opisina ngayon. Pero pwede po mag-submit na lang po kayo.
We will do that, Mr. Chair.
Yung total value of the building, yung pag-assess ng inyong mga assessor para ma-determine po natin kung magkano po talaga yung hindi lang yung pag-illegal na operation nila, pero ano po dapat yung isisingilin ng inyong bayan at ng PAGCOR, ha?
We will do that, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Do I still have time, Mr. Chair? I presume I have. Okay. So, ganito na lang po kasi baka nagmamadali po si Chair. So, sa ano po, baka sa ano rin po ito, sa, I don't know if this is, sa annual business permit application po prior to every year, no, sa PORAC, dinideclare na ba, dapat ho nila declare yung kanilang employees, hindi ho ba? empleyado? Because I understand in every business permit registration, they have to declare the number of their employees, no?
Opo,
correct?
sir.
And how many foreigners were declared? And how many locals?
Actually, sir,
This is an annual.
Opo, actually, they have renewed po from 2019 po, from their inception until 2023. However, based on records po, parang ang na-declare lang nila is around 5 to 4 employees.
And part of your verification, do you also require them to submit to their visa status, whether they're on working visa or what? For the foreigner? Foreign,
Kung
hired?
foreign, hindi na po namin siya ini-specify kasi, sir, kung are your employees Filipino or foreigners?
But this is a POGO operation, so we presume most of them are foreigners. Common sense would dictate to you that you need to request them to declare how many foreign nationals, workers do they have in their company, and how many locals.
I understand your point, sir. However, during that time po siguro,
Remember, this is a yearly requirement, ha?
Opo,
Kasi
it's a
part
yearly
po sa
requirement.
requirement nila is yung medical certificate.
Opo.
Hindi ho ba?
Opo.
Para mabigyan ho sila ng permit to be employed.
Opo.
Malay mo, may sakit pa na pala yun. Hindi na po pwedeng makihilahok sa mga ibang tao. So, ano po masasabi nyo doon, ma'am?
For me po, I understand your point that it's really common sense. You should really ask. And actually, under our new tax code po ng PORAC, kasi by the time po na umupo si Mayor, he saw that there's a need to update the tax code.
But do you have, like, for example, what you inherited? But you were there in the office even prior to the assumption of Mayor...
Wala po, sir. I only assumed office last May.
On how your predecessor requested for these documents before their for yearly registration. Di ba? Ganito na lang kasi mukhang gusto Mr. Chair, I would like to request, Mr. Chair, the local government of PORAC to submit to us the yearly declaration of the workers of Lucky Star 99 para ma-determine po natin yung how many are the foreigners and how many are the locals, no? Locally, kasi if I may recall it correctly, the previous committee hearing that we had, I asked PAGCOR, ang sabi po nila, supposed to be 90%, no? Tama po ba? 90% ay yung IGL ba yun o GIL?
Sa SCBPO yun po.
Yun yung bagong recommendation ninyo?
Hindi po. Sa SBPO po sa pangkasalukuyan, 90% po ang Filipino, mga 10% lang po ang foreigners. Dito naman po sa IGL, sa ngayon po 1:1.
So yung po sir, yung Lucky 99, ibig sabihin, I presume na 90% of their workers are foreign nationals.
So po,
that's why I want to know.
Depende po kasi hindi ko po alam talaga ano ba sila. BPO, sila ba'y POGO? Kung BPO po, 90% dapat Filipino, 10% foreigner. Kung POGO po, dapat po halos 1:1
Kaya nga gusto ko pong balikan uli.
Opo,
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Thank you for that. Gusto ko lang pong balikan kayo. Please submit to us kasi mukhang mag-aalas 6 na rin at wala na dapat tayo dito. So can you submit to us, part of the business permit registration, the number of their employees, which are locals?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sabi ko
Thank you
siya,
po.
bilis ko magsalita. Mr. Chair, so marami pong salamat. Thank you.
Okay, so before the chair, okay.
Mag-register na lang po ako sa next committee hearing.